Okay, class. Let's continue. Okay, problem number 10. The requirement, cash and cash equivalents. So as mentioned earlier, cash and cash equivalents, reported yan as one line item in the statement of financial position. So normally the first line item under current assets. So include, exclude. If included, specify na rin natin whether cash or cash equivalent. If excluded, let's indicate the proper classification. Okay, so the first item, current account at bangko dito, include. That is cash. Current account at bangko doon, negative, overdraft. So technically, that's not allowed in the Philippines. So kasi kung insufficient ang fund, tatalbog ang cheque. Okay, so pero kung in-accommodate ng bangko, pinayagan, then considered yan as borrowing from the bank. So, exclude. So, reported as short-term borrowing. Okay, bank overdraft. So, that can be offset within, if maintained within the same bank. So, kaya lang yung other banks dito and dyan. So, exclude. Okay, short-term borrowing. Next, payroll account at bangko dyan. So technically, this is restricted for payment of payroll. Pero dahil ang payroll, ang salaries ay current obligation, so include. So that cash is for payment of current obligations. Foreign bank account. Okay, already in equivalent pesos. Okay, silent ang assumption dyan, unrestricted as to withdrawal. Okay, include. Okay, of course, if restricted as to withdrawal, hindi na siya demand deposit. Hindi na siya withdrawable upon demand. So if restricted as to withdrawal, exclude. And report as either other current assets or other non-current assets. So if silent, pag sinabi lang restricted tapos wala nang binanggit kung current or non-current, usually non-current. So kaya lang ito silent, ang assumption diyan unrestricted. Yan, as to withdrawal. Include. Savings account in a closed bank, sarado na yung bangko, exclude. So hindi na siya demand deposit. So depending on expected recovery, so it could be other current assets or other non-current assets. Eh paano yan? Silent. Okay, so kapag silent, other, NCA. Yan, other non-current assets. Postage stamps, exclude. Supplies. Yan. Supplies or other current assets. Employees, post-dated check. So since the check is post-dated, that is not acceptable to the bank for deposit and immediate credit. Exclude. Receivable. Okay, so trade and other receivables. IOU from employees, exclude. Receivable also. So trade and other receivables. Credit memo from a vendor for a purchase return. So deduction yan from accounts payable. Exclude. Okay, deduction from accounts payable. Traveler's check, include. That is cash. Money order, include. That is cash. Sinking fund. So that is for payment of non-current liability. Okay, so long-term debt, usually bonds payable, exclude. So reported yan as non-current investment, exclude. Daif, check of customer. What is daif? Drawn against insufficient fund. So that's the Philippine banking term. So American term, NSF. So daif, NSF, kulang ang pondo. So tumalbog. So exclude. Receivable. Okay, so trade, and other receivables. Customers check dated January 1, 24. Ang end of reporting period, December 31, 23. So the check is post-dated. Okay? Exclude trade and other receivables. Time deposit, 30 days. Okay? So dahil in-specify 30 days, not more than 3 months. So mag-qualify yan as cash equivalent. Okay, include cash equivalents. So regarding time deposit, kapag silent, okay, usually considered yan as cash equivalents. Pag in-specify ang term, not more than 3 months, cash equivalent. So kung more than 3 months, pero not more than 1 year, so i-report, pag more than 3 months, i-report na yan as investment. Kasi technically nga, ang time deposit, investment yan eh. Investment of excess cash. Okay? So, pero pag not more than 3 months, yan, mag-qualify as cash equivalent. Pero kung more than 3 months, reported na yan as investment. So, anong klaseng investment? Pag not more than 1 year, short term. More than 1 year, long term. Okay? So, pero hindi siya cash. Yan. Pwede siyang makonsider as cash equivalent. Money market placement due June 30. That's more than 3 months. Exclude investment. In particular, short term. Treasury bills due date March 31, 24. Acquired December 31, 23. So not more than 3 months. Include cash equivalents. Okay, cash equivalents. Treasury bills due January 31, 24. Kaya lang acquired February 1. So, yung reference dyan, from yung 3 months or less from the date of acquisition. So, para insignificant na yung effect ng changes in interest rates, dapat acquired 3 months or less prior to maturity. So, dahil acquired dyan February 1, exclude. Investment. What kind of investment? Short term. Exclude. Okay, so get the total cash and cash equivalents. Okay, number 10, delta. Okay, delta. Now, lagyan na lang ng note. So up to this point, actually, ito yung cash. Itong dalawa, cash equivalents. So lagyan ng note, composition. Cash, cash equivalents. Total. Okay? So kaya pag ang question lang, cash huwag mong isasama yung cash equivalents. Okay? So kaya ingat check mabuti ano ba requirement. Cash lang ba or yung line item na cash and cash equivalents. Okay? Na, again, number 10, delta.